Welcome to the KBL Walk and Talk. So today I'm in Leeds. I'm just here for the day, so I'm going back soon. But I want to touch on a few things. So what's going to happen? I'm going to start a video here in Leeds, and then I'm going to continue it in Lincolnshire because I didn't know what to say in this video. Like, I've got ideas, stuff to say, but I want to make it like decent video, so like enough stuff to talk about. And so I just start with the month of June. So we have Pride. So yeah, it's typical. Every year they have this indoctrination, so they can't have it for one day, they've got to have it for the whole month. And I'm saying this at the moment, it's like police van, police car there, and they'll probably come out and say, "Why are you filming us? What are you doing? What are you up to?" But yeah, the day I do what I want. I don't ask their permission. They're supposed to serve us, but that's another matter anyway. But anyway, so I just want to say, like, yeah, they purposely picked the 6th month because it has to be the satanic 6, doesn't it? Because they love their numbers, and it's all part of the game, isn't it? If it's not a 6, it's a 3. If it's not a 2, or it's a 33, it's 33 degrees, a Freemasonry, and yeah, it's all a number game. It's all about the numbers for them. So yeah, I just want to say, like, it's not enough to just be one day, and it has to be a whole month. And they speak about rights that they do not possess, but we have like so many laws that, well, I won't say the laws, they're like legislation that protect these people. And we're quite a civil society, like, considering what the UK is like. You can marry who you want, have sex who you want, as long as they're like in the age limit, over the age limit. You can live with who you want. You can't be discriminated in employment. But we still have people saying they're being discriminated against, and they're being picked on, and it's just a load of bullshit. It's just basically the powers what be use these people as useful pawns, basically to push their agendas, because basically they love it. Because the more people follow this agenda, the LGBT agenda, essentially fulfills their plan of depopulation of the Western nations. So not only does the West have to contend with high immigration, there are also low birth rates, because not only because of the cost of living, but also a lot of men are turning gay, basically different reasons. Like, it could be the plastics in the water, the estrogen in the milk, you know, like a lot, you know, like always soy products, very high in estrogen, which for men makes it more feminine. And then also the agenda's pushed on them. So yeah, it basically adds to the depopulation agenda. Basically, if you have weaker men, they're less likely to fight back. So yeah, it's just a combination of different methods basically to overthrow the West. But also there's the element of paedophilia, because the more sexualization is taking place, like you've got all these drag queen story, which they basically read these stories to children, so they're trying to indoctrinate the children to normalise it, to say like it's fine for young children to see a man in a dress, and these families go along with it, and they're actually encouraging it. So they're like basically trying to legalise paedophilia, or basically normalising all these sexualities, and basically there's no boundaries, because it's supposed to be about love. But how is it about love? You know, you see, like, I've been to a couple of these Pride events myself, and it's like you've got kids there and they're talking about sex, and like you've got men wearing short dresses and showing their arse and things like that. I mean, there's little kids, and there's even like ones in London and other places where there's naked men walking down the street and there's children walking by. I mean, that's messed up. That is like, that's nothing about gay rights. That's nothing about helping their movement. That's basically sort of like lowering the standards and like lowering the, what do you call it, the safeguards for children. To basically say like, it doesn't matter, do what you want. There's no boundaries, there's no limits. And like, you look at like sex between males and females, yeah, they can get up to anything. There's all different levels, there's all different kinks, and there's all different, like, there's short-term relationships, one-night stands, and long-time relationships. But in the gay world, it's like in Manchester, they have sex with men under a bridge in central Manchester during the daytime. There's kids walking through that tunnel, they don't care. It's like, you tell me that's about love, you tell me that's about like natural, like how they feel. You see, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, there's everything wrong with that. Like, if you're gay, why do you need to have sex under a bridge when there's children walking past? Why don't you do it at home? Why do you have to do it in front of people? Why do you have to do it in front of children? You know, like, what is your objective? What is your mission? So I've got to check times to get in the train soon. Yeah, and it's just like a whole month. Like, why do they need a whole month, not one day? It's like they're just trying to basically brainwash everyone to follow this agenda, and then they follow that flag. It's like, it's a cult. And I'm not talking about this from a Christian perspective. Yeah, I do follow a lot of elements of Christianity. I'm not saying he's the creator. I mean, there is a creator, I believe. There is a force in the universe. You know, sometimes like my flight's been late and I should have missed my flight, but something happens and I don't miss it, or I'll say like, this guy's an arsehole, and then the next day he's really nice to me. It's like the universe is working with you, and if you keep doing good things for the universe will do good things for you. So say thank you to the universe. You might think that's far-fetched, but when you follow this journey, you'll see what I mean, and you'll come to understand. Like, I've done protests and I walked right in front of the cameraman, the guy taking the photos for the newspaper, and not one photo of me appeared in the newspaper, because I would have lost my job, but it never happened. So is that the universe looking out for me, or is that just pure luck? Because I walked right in front of him when he was taking photos. But you either believe or you don't believe, and I'm not talking about faith, I'm talking about, I don't know, it could be faith, but it's something higher than that. I do believe in a creator, because we didn't come here, like, it wasn't a big bang. It's too complex and sophisticated for everything just to happen from a bang, from a big bang. It's just not possible. It's like, so many things are unique, so many things are in sync. Like, you look at the animal kingdom and you look at humans and you look at everything, it didn't happen by accident. But the same people say there's a big bang will tell you dinosaurs existed. It's like, there is no folklore of dinosaurs. It only came about in the 1800s. And that's why they keep making these Jurassic Park movies, to keep reinstalling the belief that dinosaurs are real, the same as the Holocaust movies. They've made over 400 movies about the Holocaust. But that's the thing, if it is true and it is real, like, why do you need to arrest people for denying it? I mean, come on. That means you've got something to hide. Because the thing is, if you do your best to cover everything up, then you really are protecting a lie rather than protecting the truth. Anyway, I'll continue this more hopefully tomorrow. So today is Thursday, so I'll try and do more tomorrow. But yeah, I just want to say a few things on that. So we continue on this topic and a few other topics. Okay, welcome back. So I'm back in Lincolnshire today after being in Leeds yesterday, and I don't know if you can see sites like this in Leeds, probably in the outskirts. But yeah, better not tell the Roma they're trying to eat them. Let's take them home and cook them. Yeah. Shades on, it's a bit sunny today. Very hot today. It's been hot this whole week. It's like it goes on and off, like well, the heat still remains, but it's like 1 minute it's a bit cloudy and the next minute it's a bit sunny. But yeah, it's been pretty sunny today. Yesterday was good, and yeah, just continue from yesterday. So it's the first time I've done a video in 2 counties in succession. Yeah, so yeah, yesterday, just touched on what I said, and there's like a lot of men, young men, especially in Leeds yesterday. I've seen it in Bristol, I've seen it in Liverpool. It just seems like, I don't know, it's the estrogen and the water, the plastics in the water, the soy diets, not eating meat, the propaganda, the indoctrination, the basically the establishment making it more like a taboo to be, must have a masculinity, and basically softening all the men up in all their different techniques. So yeah, it's just it, there's more and more, like, it just seems like all over the place, like even small towns it's happening. And I think it all points to their agendas, doesn't it? So this whole movement, this whole Pride movement, the LGBT movement, it's all basically there to serve a few mechanisms. So one mechanism is, by using it, you get the outcome of fewer children born, so less births, so the birth rate drops. And that could be for a number of reasons. One, it could be they're not breeding because they're not interested in breeding with women, or the women are not interested in men, they just want a same-sex relationship. Also, there's the sterilisation aspect, because if a woman, or say like a man, I think it works both ways. So if a man wants to become a female, which is impossible, cosmetically you can cut off your private parts and swap them around, but you're still going to have a prostate you're still going to have a prostate, so it's still a man. You're still going to have a bone structure of a man. You're still going to have the muscle mass, even if you reduce it a little bit, you're still going to have that. And the rib cage is bigger. I believe the females are smaller because got the breasts, so that's why the female rib cage is different size than the male. So yeah, so once they take the medication to either increase the estrogen, push down the testosterone, you're going to have the effect of sterilisation. And I bet if you look it up, they say this is not true, blah blah blah. But the thing is, you're mixing up your chemical balance. So they do have puberty blockers, which basically things like that is going to mess up your system. So after that, it's going to be irreversible. Also, if you have a sex change, that's irreversible. Like, yeah, you can technically say they can reverse it, but it would never work the same. It would never function the same. And they say with trans women, they can't lubricate themselves. Because most females, like if they're like younger, definitely better. I think the majority of women lubricate themselves when they
um, you know, when they're in the mood, but a trans woman can't do that. So there's always different things, different issues, and also if you have a female transition into a male, they might not be able to get erect properly, because you've got to remember, yeah, you're playing God, or they're playing God. So it's not, you're deciding where you are. I'm not saying this like, yeah, you can disagree with me, but I'm just saying that's biologically speaking, that's the way the sexes were designed. So when you try and change it, it's not going to be as effective, and it's not going to work exactly the same. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, so always agendas basically serve a purpose, is a better word, it's a mechanism. But yeah, the purpose is so depopulation. So if someone's gay, they can adopt, they might do the test tube baby, but it's going to be very limited, isn't it? It's not going to be the same birth rate as male and female, so that's not going to make a big difference. So all the ones that do it, it's only going to be a tiny minority. So yeah, you got the birth rate reduced because of that. Then you got the sterilisation aspect, so people basically trying to transition to the other sex. If they're on medication, that's going to affect them and probably sterilise them, so that's going to help with that agenda. And basically it's basically to destroy the family, destroy the male and female dynamics, and then it's to destroy, you know, interfiliality. It's just to make you more like to fall into this group. So you have the flag, this is the flag of the cult, and then you have the people of the cult, and all together they're useful pawns because they're serving a purpose for the cabal. But they think the government and they think all the people behind these agendas care for them, and it's just misplaced logic. Like they believe, well, they're trying to say it's about love, but like, even like I said before, like, what is it with gay men having sex outside so people can walk past, and children? I mean, is that love, or is that just like some sick fetish? I don't know. Why would you do that? Like, if you're gay, why do you have to show everyone? And the same with trans, why keep going on about you got no rights, you'd be discriminated? Who's discriminating you? If you're talking about the Middle East and Muslim countries, well, don't protest about it here, because there's no point. Saudi Arabia or Yemen or, you know, Pakistan, they can't hear you from here, and it's not going to change anything. And they're messed up as well, because you get like Arabs will go over to Thailand and they go ladyboys, but then in Muslim countries, Islamic law, you can get stoned to death for adultery, so cheating. So I imagine being gay would have a worse outcome. But yeah, you keep moaning about your rights, like I said before, in Leeds they have every right, as far as I know. I think they can even change the sex of the passport now, which is beyond me. But whatever makes you happy. And like, why does it have to be in everyone's face all the time? Like, I remember watching the Bristol St Patrick's Day festival, and then there's a group of drag queens or both or what, but they just come over with their bloody cult flag, the cult rainbow flag, which they hijacked, and they just basically had to get in there, didn't they? And it's just like, make it about them when it's supposed to be about Ireland and St Patrick and celebrating all good things about Ireland. And but no, we have to turn it into a drag queen trans thing, don't we? Put that flag, and it's like, in a way, it's like the same ideology, isn't it? Some people with religious people, when they do extreme acts because they read a book and they're ready to die over it, they're ready to kill someone over it. I'm not saying the trans or the LGBT are going around killing people, but saying that, there's been a few school shootings where the students have identified as let's say LGBT. So is that the medication, because putting their body out of sync, so you get that basically explosive behaviour? Don't know. Could well be though, because people like that are normally not right. They have gender dysphoria, and then also they got the chemical imbalance, the chemically unbalanced body, and you've got hormones all over the place, so that's going to be very depressing and make you uneasy and unbalanced. But yeah, it's enough about them. Yeah, so the whole month of June, it's not too bad when you move out of the city, because even Leeds yesterday, I've seen a little bit, but it's still not as bad as Cardiff or Bristol and everything there, and it's like most of the shops and everywhere basically. But it wasn't too bad yesterday. Nottingham, I haven't seen hardly any flags. But is that because they got a big Asian population maybe? Or Muslims? Yeah, because it would not fly with them. And in some respects, I mean, even the true Christians, they shouldn't go along with it either. I can't see how you should be able to be a priest if you support all that agenda, because it's like you're fitting into the big cult, the woke cult, and it's like Christianity is not about the woke cult. You should stand up for what you believe in, and not bend over for these globalists. Yeah, so it's funny why they picked the 6th month, because you've got D-Day as well, which was supposed to be on the 5th of June, but they claimed that because of the bad weather they had to launch it on the 6th of June. So they like the 6s, like I said. So the 6th day on the 6th month, I think it's probably 6 o'clock in the morning as well. It doesn't surprise me, so they get the 3 6s in there. But yeah, this is what these people like. It's even the emergency number here in the UK is 999, and you turn it upside down, 666. And then you got the 3s and 2s everywhere, and it's like you're seeing the telephone numbers. Sometimes you get 333 or 222. But yeah, they just love it. And then you got St John's Ambulance with its Cross of Malta, is it? And I had some certificates. Was it the Chartered Institute? Done food hygiene, and it had a pentagram on it. So you see the pentagram in a few places. Like you got the Pentagon. That's the most famous pentagram. And then you've got the 50 pentagrams on the US flag. Pentagrams on the Australian and New Zealand flag. Well, I don't think they're like as bad, because USA is the big one, isn't it? Because you look at New York, Washington DC, there's quite a few Masonic connections, and I see the pentagram pointing, well, there's all these paths in Washington DC pointing to a pentagram. Then you've got Egypt, Rome thrown in as well. And you notice that, like, I've seen it in America and I've seen it in the UK, like various cities will have Roman style buildings. So you have the Roman pillars, like you have the City of London, the Bank of England, I think that's got Roman pillars. And in Washington, I think it was the Scottish Rites, I think it's the Freemasons Library, have Roman pillars on. They really think it's just Rome, and they don't think about, you can see this in Greece, you can see it in Edinburgh, Birmingham, Liverpool, city centres. They've got their Roman architecture. Bath. Well, Bath was, yeah, as it was, as the name, isn't it? Roman baths. But yeah, and London has always been famous because it was London. Is it Londinium? Londonium? Which is the British, what do you call it? British chapter. Head office of the British, what do you call it? Province of Rome. And the US is New Rome. But yeah, I'll just leave that there. Just want to touch on, if you order takeaways, can you walk to the takeaway instead of using companies like Deliveroo? I'm not saying, I expect most of you don't use them, but these companies like Just Eat and Deliveroo, they just have loads of people, majority of them illegals, and they're basically renting their accounts of other people. And I've seen loads in Leeds yesterday because Bristol's got a lot. I've seen a few in Liverpool. Good thing is I didn't see many in Thailand, so, but most of people doing it in Thailand are Thais, so that's not a bad thing. I'd rather use them. But yeah, I've seen loads yesterday, and it's like, if you're using them, or if you're new to my channel and you agree with what I say, I mean, you do what you want to do, but I'm just saying we need to stop using these companies because it's just fueling illegal immigration, and it's just making the problem worse. Because every time someone uses one of these companies, it makes even more people want to come here, because it's like the guy from India or Afghanistan, he could have a cousin in France, or might even still be in Afghanistan or India, but because they know there's always work and they can get in and illegally work by renting an account, and they know such and such person, man, who's going to help them do that, so it encourages more of them to come here. And let's get to the stage, like I seen a video about Dublin, and I couldn't believe it. It's like O'Connell Street, it's like the main area in Dublin. So you've got the GPO, where they had the famous battle with the uprising against the British, post office, and then it's a long road, we've got trams going through it, and it's a long wide avenue basically. And there's just like loads of Indians and Africans, and then there's in Temple Bar, because that's a famous area where there's loads of tourist traps. So that's where the bars are. If you've been to Dublin, you'll know. But there's like loads of Africans and Indians, loads. And I went over there last time in January. When was it? January 2023. And I seen a few over there, but I didn't see like anything like I've seen now. And I noticed it like here in Lincolnshire, like I live in a small town, and it's like it seems to be increasing all the time. Like you're seeing people getting taken on, care jobs and NHS jobs. And I was at a train station, what day was it? When I was going to Leeds yesterday, and there was more Indians and Africans than there was white people. And this is a town where it's majority white, but it just seems to be filtering everywhere now. So not only like the big cities, like the worst places like Leicester, there's even streets in Leicester there's no white people, no English is spoken. And in Birmingham there's, I think it's like over 50% South Asian. There's a lot of Indian and Pakistani there. I'm not saying they're all bad people, yeah, I've had, my friends are Asian, they're on the Indian side, so they're born here, but you're getting so many people from India now, not British, well, I don't know, ethically they're not British, but on paper they're British. I would say, like, yeah, you can be born here. If you're like very British, I'd say you're more British than others, but people who live here and don't integrate and don't speak the language and don't do anything remotely close to what it is, what people here do, or wherever their respective countries are, they're not really a man or lady of that country, are they? So that's the thing, people are not assimilating because they're just coming in such high numbers, and this is the problem. because it's making everything harder. It's like it's less housing, harder to get an appointment, and it's not only that aspect of it. There's other aspects as well. There's like the dangerous aspect of it. Imagine in the NHS, someone don't speak English properly. That could end someone's life. Just a miscommunication, and a fight with information not getting through to the doctor or nurse, whoever answers the call to the issue. I mean, if they don't understand and they say the wrong thing, I mean, that's someone's life. And if they don't know basic stuff, I mean, you're putting people's lives in danger. And it's not fair on the old people here, it's not fair on patients to have nurses who are barely speaking English and carers not speaking English very well. You know, they didn't ask for this, but the government is just steamrolling people in, and they're just like, they don't care. And this is what you got to get through your head. You're like, you got to stop voting. There's no point. They have meetings. It's already decided who's going to be Prime Minister way before you have your vote. And reform, it's all coming out now. They're just controlled opposition. Like GB News is controlled opposition. It's like, and don't follow Russell Brand and bloody Josh Rogan. They're all shills. There's so many of them, and it's basically they control most of the system. So they get in people who they think you'll listen to. Because the thing is, if they can't get you this side, they try and get you that side. And one way or another, if you don't buy that newspaper, try and get you to buy that newspaper, or you watch this news channel instead of the BBC News. Because Sky News is a bit more edgier than BBC News. And Sky News Australia is even more edgier. But it's still controlled opposition. And Sky News Australia is probably really good for Australia. Sorry Aussies, but your country, so you're beautiful people. And I love you, but with your government, I think I would say worse than British government. But there's a lot of indoctrination there. There is a fair bit here, but I think in Australia it's worse. But that's not your fault. I think that's because you've not had any wars, not been attacked, and you're so isolated as well. Because here is, in one respect, we haven't got your weather, but in another respect, we've got the closeness of community. So you have to travel like a day or 2 days from Perth to Brisbane, let's say. Might be more than that by car, I don't know. But yeah, basically you're more cut off. You got the internet, yeah, but sometimes things don't get reported on straight away, so you really find out like later on. But things spread faster here because the island's a lot smaller. But yeah, I do like the Aussie spirit. You've done well with the one standing up in Melbourne when he's firing rubber bullets at you, and it's like, you're legends. And the guy on the horse, yeah, he's he is a bloody proper legend. But yeah, I know they're after your cash as well in Australia. Yeah, that's the thing I was going to say about Sweden. Sweden like want to go cashless voluntarily, but Australians are being forced to go cashless. Because all the banks, I think it's Ansec Bank and a few others, I can't remember the other names of the banks, but there's quite a few banks where they won't let them get cash out of the machines, and they have to go inside, and then they got to like, explain everything. You have to do that here to a certain extent. Like, you can get cash out of the machine, but if you take out like a few grand, they say, what's this for? Oh, we need to know for money laundering regulations. But you're okay taking money from the Turkish barbershops in every town and city without battering an eyelid. Oh, the HMRC don't have an issue with it, the tax office for the UK. But yeah, they're like the Aussie guy, what's his name, from Crow House, Max Ego. He's excellent. He is. He's like, he's really passionate for Palestine. So he's, as far as I know, he's covered it so much, and I hope he sees a ceasefire soon, because he feels personally connected to it. Like, I mean, not only that, he talks about other stuff as well. Like, he's been doing it for years. He's been awake for most of his life. So yeah, check his videos out. and you enjoy that. But yeah, what else can I say? So Pride, yeah, where I am now, you don't see any flags. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. No flags here. But as soon as you put the TV on, which I don't watch live TV, I just watch YouTube, Odyssey, Rumble mostly, BitChute now and again. Even that, I feel like sometimes I feel like, should I watch less? I need to read more. But it's just breaking old habits. It's like I still want to drink sometimes, and it's like I'm not enjoying it now. It's like my body's rejected a lot of things. So I went in Greg's yesterday, which is basically there's a bakeries where you can get sausage rolls if you're from outside the UK. And I had a sausage bacon baguette, and it don't taste as good now. And like a lot of things don't taste good. And I'm thinking, why am I still eating this? Why I need to change my ways. And it's like I've started thinking, I'm not going to drink certain beers and certain ciders because I'm just not into it anymore. It's like my body don't really want it. And yesterday I had some, and I wasn't fully enjoying it as much as I used to. So there's something I want to work on. And I think as I get older, I will probably think about quitting drinking. I started smoking. I smoke now again, but I only have like one every few days. But just in case I've got any nanoparticles in me, and then it helps me relax. It helped me sleep better the other day, so maybe a little bit of ganja. I'm really old now, so I need to get some more. It's not that strong now. But yeah, this shit show is certainly keeping us busy. If it's not around in Israel and the EU, I need signing up, say basically putting money to the side to invest in war. And then you've got Sweden and the Netherlands going to spend 5% of their GDP on the military to get in line with what NATO want. Because that's funny, wasn't it? Sweden was never a NATO member and used to be a peaceful country, and then Ireland, I think, is considering getting involved with the military side of things. So I hope they don't, but it looks that way. Yeah, and it looks at the moment like Israel and Iran could be the next big war, and then bring other countries into it. I'm not sure about India and Pakistan. It's sort of like gone quiet for a while. And Ukraine and Russia, I think it's just the same thing, money laundering, and just back and forth from Ukraine and Russia. But yeah, just keep your eyes peeled and keep up with the... Try not to watch too much news because it's depressing. I check it now and again just to keep up with what's going on. But yeah, just a short one today. Hope you like my videos. Please like and subscribe, follow, share it around. I mean, I'm still not getting a lot of views on a lot of channels. I mean, BitChute I'm doing really well, but YouTube, it's taking views off me at times as well, because my views keep dropping. And I've got no subscriptions on YouTube yet, but it is more competitive on there. And then Odyssey is a smaller platform, but if you could follow me on Odyssey or YouTube, if you want to follow me, subscribe, I mean, that'd be great. Like the videos if you enjoy what I'm doing. Comment on the comment section, so talk to me. I might not respond to you straight away, it depends what it is. If I'm working, because I'm still working, I hate working, but that's another thing I'm working on. I need to get my arse in gear, but I'm trying to do videos and other things, and I've got channels. I spend too much time on Telegram, but yeah, trying to make more time for more important things and trying to develop more. And I want to touch on health as well. I want to like start looking into basically making more natural stuff, so like hair products. So I want to make my own gel. I need to get some goat's milk soap because that hasn't got all the chemicals in, and also what else was I thinking of? Make my own deodorant. There's a lot of these you can make with coconut oil and you've got aloe vera you can use for hair gel, you can use gelatine. I might not use the gelatine, I might try it another way, but yeah, there's loads of things like that, and I want to look into it. I want to get the old style light bulbs as well. I don't like the LED lighting because I find it hurts my eyes. But yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Hope you like the video. I'll try and edit this today and get it out by tomorrow, Sunday. So it's Friday today. So yeah, take care, and all the best to you. And yeah, just try and guide your way through all the crap that's going on, and keep making plans. Try and visit a few countries, get your passports in order, try and get another passport if you can. If you've got ancestry, get residency somewhere else if you can. Look at other countries to move to, because if things get really bad here, I mean, is it going to be any good to live here? It's up to you, like, you can stay and fight, but I don't know, I just think if things don't change, I think we'll run out of time, and I think 5 years is the time, that's the most time left to change anything. Because I think, like, even demographics, I think 5 years time it could be too late. I'm waiting for reform. By the time they get in again, and they're not going to do what they said they're going to do, and it's going to be too late, and they'll be all mainstream by then. But yeah, keep trying, people, and do what you got to do. Take care, bye.